welcome back to Budget Bangers. You join me after having a bit of a hectic time of it at the minute. I can't seem to keep these cars that long, which I know is a good complaint to have. Sold the Seat Leon. I got my asking price for that. That's all well and good. For the MOT work, it actually didn't need anything for its MOT. I've did front disc pads, 2 front tyres, 2 links, 2 coil springs and top mounts, and I think I ended up putting another tyre on the back as well for its MOT. It was going to be advised and I was just like, nah, I don't want that. So I passed this test with no advisories. I did a large service on it. And a trader came and bought that. A trader that I've not dealt with before, but I spoke to him, and we're hopefully going to do some more business in the future, which is good. Also, another update: the Mercedes, the A-Class, that's sold. Obviously, I was selling that for $1,000. No offers. I wasn't taking any. Somebody came and bought that as well. So I've got rid of the 2 cars I had for sale, and I've got nothing for sale, but I've got plenty of stuff to do. I've got some. I know with the Merc as well, people kept saying, "Oh, you could ask for more than that." You know, even just speaking to people, just rounding about, they're like, "Oh, you could get more for that," and I was like, "Yeah, I could do, yeah." I even said to the person who came with you, said, "You're not budging on the price." I was like, "No, because I could put it up for more and potentially get more." It was just for the purpose of these videos, really, as to why I was doing it. Kind of keep things interesting, you know. You can kind of get a bit boring as to the stuff that's going on. Excuse me. But yeah, some new additions. This little red 207, another 207. This got MOT'd on Saturday. I got it in, gave it a quick once over. Pretty much what I found was what the MOT tester found. It's not a bad little car, really. It's got a little 1.4 TU engine in it. Not the double overhead cam, it's just a single overhead cam. It's a good engine. 137,000 miles on that. But last year it had its head rebuilt. It had a head gasket. It had a timing build and all that stuff. And it's also 1,000 miles ago had a sump and an oil change on it. So engine wise, you know, you could never have any doubts about it. They're good little engines them as well. Really, the only thing that tends to really majorly go wrong with them is you strip the teeth off the timing belt, which is why it's had its head rebuilt. MOT wise, pretty much it's got some holes at the back and some holes at the front, so we're going to try and do something with that. It's got the troublesome strut top, and other than that, it wants a tyre in its back brake still, or in the seats insecure, which hopefully is straightforward. Other than that, it's just cosmetics really. I'm going to have to get a rattle can for it. I don't even know what's happened here. I don't know whether it's had a bit of a ding in the bonnet. It's got a couple of little dents in it. Yeah, I don't know what's happened there. It's a strange one. It's got some little marks around here, which I'll be honest, you'll just touch up. You're not going to paint that full corner. I'll try and flatten this back, try and get it a bit nicer, and then give that a paint. It doesn't need to be perfect. It had a mirror on it, but for some reason they left the cover like that. Obviously the sills have got the surface rust on them, and also there's holes in them, so all this up the top is solid. It's underneath. What else is wrong with it? It's got bad lacquer peel on the bumper, which I'm going to try and sort out. it kind of just ruins the whole car. I'm going to try and tidy this one up a bit. It's not a bad car, just cosmetic. It kind of lets itself down a little bit. But yeah, no, not a bad car. It's got a noise on the passenger side front, which I've got some paperwork and it was advised that it's got once a shocker in it, which for Peugeots isn't a common thing. For these it's a bit uncommon, but we need to have a look at that. There was nothing on its MOT, which kind of carries on with you thinking it's something to do with the shock absorber. What else have we got? This little Clio, nice little motor. Again, I've had a look at this one. Wants a few little odds and sods. Not a bad old thing. Some cosmetics need doing to it. I've already made a start on trying to tidy this up a little bit. It was dented in, which you can see. Got that trim, but it was dented in a bit, which I've managed to get most of it out, so it's relatively alright. I mean, like, when it's wet there, it looks alright actually. Yeah. Inside is nice. It's a nice little clean car. Yeah. I've got a little list for it once. Some things want a tyre, the brake pipe, CV boots, headlights not secure. Yeah. Cosmetically, we've got some scrapes there. And I think we've got a little scrape down there, but I can't get to there. Yeah. Nice little car, some cheapies in. This one with a full test on it. Obviously, I don't need to service it. This one will be going up for $12.95. The mileage kind of doesn't help it at all, really. People always tend to just see mileage. They won't pay. A lot of times they'll just kind of ignore the fact that it's got a full year's ticket on it because it's got the mileages on it. But if somebody comes and actually looks at the car, sees it's had a lot of major work done to make the engine right, yeah, somebody will buy it. It'll do for somebody's first car. So that's going to be $12.95. That one is going to be another super cheap motor. All being well, I mean, like, that's going up for $9.95. Yeah, $9.95. Basically $1,000, which again is cheap motor. Somebody will have that for a first car. The trader I spoke to who bought the Leon said, "Oh no, stick that up for $12.95. $12.95 all day." I was like, yeah, fair enough. But it just makes it a bit cheaper. I mean, like, they're not that. I've looked on Facebook Marketplace. They're not that valuable. I was a bit reluctant to buy it. Paid £550 for it. It's on Facebook Marketplace. There's Clio's galore. They're not that expensive of a car, and obviously it's an 06, so it's kind of, this is a Campus, but not a Campus, if you know what I mean. People who know the Campus have like a different boot lid on them, but on the book it's a Clio Campus. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling again. Another car that I got, if we have a wander down, is this neglected little 2011 Nissan Micra. Obviously, bumper needs painting. Then you've got like bits around these arches. This one basically just wants cosmetic work. It's got a bit of a dent in here, which I'm hoping I can get behind and kind of straighten that back up without doing any damage to the paint. And little bits of rust appearing. Some little dents in this door there. I don't know whether I'm going to do anything with, because you're not painting the full side of the car. But other than that, yeah, it's alright. Just passed its test. Apparently it's just had a clutch in it as well. Yeah, it's a cheapy little car. This could end up going to another trader actually. Inside, it's alright. Just wants a quick vacuum really. Yeah, nothing too exciting really. Yeah, plenty to do. I'm busy at the minute. Plenty of people wanting cheap cars. But yeah, we'll keep it rolling on and keep cracking on, and we'll see how we get on with things. Right then, I'm a bit limited as to what I can do right now because the weather's playing silly beggars. I've sorted out the handbrake. Didn't get any videos of that because, you know, you've seen, I've shown this a few times now. It's quite easy to do. Obviously we've got some lacquer peel on this. Paintwork itself isn't too bad. It's got a little bit of a mark there, some tar on it there, a little bit of bubbling starting to go to the corner. Other than that, well, again, tiny little mark here, a little bit of a scratch there, nothing too untoward. Tiny mark there as well. So all in all, it's all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Scotch pad to it, and all that should do is, as you can see, most of it's coming off by hand. So I'm just going to take a Scotch pad to it, just scuff it all up. It'll knock off all the rough bits of lacquer, and hopefully we'll have a nice clean surface to work with. And yeah, I'm going to try and do re-lacquer it. You can't really justify painting the whole thing. I'm obviously going to tidy up the little bit. I'm not just going to chuck some lacquer over. I've got an aerosol for painting the mirror cap, so I'll have some paint so I can tidy up here and there. Yeah, and then let's see how this is going to work. See how that's working there. Basically, we just keep doing that until all that stuff's off, and then depending on how it comes out, if it comes out where it's nice and flush, you shouldn't really need to do anything too abrasive. You don't want to do anything too abrasive because it's just undercoating and it'll just come straight off, whereas this Scotch pad basically just gives it a bit of a scuff. And you don't want to go too mad because, like with the wet sand in it or anything like that, because you could end up finding you'll go through the clear coat, not the clear coat, the undercoat. So yeah, I'll get this scrubbed down and see what we're working with. And then I've got majority of it knocked off. I'll probably go around just making sure there's no more loose bits. There is bits where you can see there's the lacquer hasn't come off, but I'm hoping this he's not going to see it too much. You know, I'm not a body shop guy. I'm not in search of perfection. I'm just trying to tidy this whole car up a little bit. So yeah, if you've got a nice car, really what you want to do is you want to take it somewhere, or if you're a body shop person, you'll know how to do it yourself. This is basically just making it a little bit more appealing. What a lot of people would have done really is blasted it with a jet wash, knocked all the lacquer off, and just took some cutting compound to it to shine it up, which, to be fair, you could probably do, but I'm going to try this method. If it was just like a little bit on the corner, I'd probably just polish them up, but because it's a bigger panel, we're going to try and see what we can do with it. What's the worst that'll happen? Can't make it look any worse, I hope. But yeah, I'll get this black bit of trim masked up and we'll sort it out. Not really too fussed about the underside being right, because to be fair, once it's on the floor, unless you're getting down on your knees, you're not really going to see it that much. But yeah, even just on camera, what I'm seeing already is a pretty big improvement, which is the main thing. It's making sure that somebody has a good first impression of it. Somebody buying a car like this isn't going to really care about it being perfect, you know. I probably could have got away with it. Just gave it a blast off with a jet wash and just said a bit of lacquer peel on it. I've done that in the past, but I think for this car, if I'm wanting 1295, it's got to be a bit tidier than what it is, because 1295 is pretty much the max that I could probably ask for it. Retail wise, this is a 1695 car, which I'll be honest with you, because of the work that it's had done to it, you know, I'd quite happily read it. I could tell it's been a car that's looked after, and it's been getting work done at a nearby garage, you know, the town next over. So, and they're a good garage. So yeah, we'll get this masked up and we'll see what the finished article looks like. Then, there's the first coat of clear coat down. It does look a lot better. You know, I ain't a painter in any way, shape or form, and this is far from a perfect job. Obviously, from a distance like this, on camera, you know, the clear coat's still a bit wet, but it looks nice. You get a bit closer, you can kind of see it is a bit orange peely a little bit, but you can kind of see where there's been the old lacquer that I couldn't get off. Yeah, in person and up close, you can see imperfections. I have gave these corners a bit of a paint. If I wanted it to be perfect, I could have properly sanded all these back, but I wasn't searching for perfection. When you have cars like this, if you go searching for perfection, you'll end up just way too into them. Really, ideally, should have sanded all this back, give it a paint, and then clear coated it. But as I said, searching for perfection on a car like this, you're never going to achieve it without emptying your wallet a great deal. So yeah, I'll wait for this to dry, grab myself a cuppa, and then yeah, see how it turns out. I'll give it another coat. I'm thinking maybe give it 2 or 3 coats maybe, and then give it a bit of a polish. Obviously, in terms of blending it, I haven't masked it off, because as I'm painting, I'm kind of painting and then kind of going over here a little bit. A little bit of a mark there, that might polish out, I don't know what that is. Kind of looks like just a bit of rubber transfer, so yeah, I'm kind of like, as I'm getting towards the end, I'm kind of fading out with my spray. I'm kind of pulling back with the can, so it goes a bit of a lighter coating, and then obviously once it's washed and give it a little bit of a polish, it should come out alright. But I'm happy so far. I made an absolute mess of lacquer peel everywhere. But yeah, like, as it's drying now, the paint match looks alright. It is a little orange peely, but as I said, I'm not a painter really. I'll give it a couple more coats and then give it a polish, and hopefully that should sort that issue out. Yeah, I'm going to grab myself a cuppa and let it dry a little bit. And then there we have it, the final coat down. As you can see, looking there, very slight difference. I think it's more just the fact that that's a dull panel that hasn't been touched, so there is going to be a very slight difference, but as you can see, it's got a nice look to it. Basically, where did it first coat quite light, and then let it dry a little bit, and then second coat touch heavier with the paint, and then final coat obviously gone a bit slower as I'm moving with my can and put it on a bit thicker. As you can see where the old lacquer wouldn't come off, you can still see it, but it just doesn't stand out nowhere near as much. Even like by eye, shall I say, it doesn't look too bad. I'm quite happy. Cars like these are the perfect ones for you to practice on. Obviously it doesn't make too much of a difference as to how good your paint is. If this was a 2012 with 50,000 mile on, I would have paid somebody to do it, because it would have had to be a top job. But yeah, I mean, like, standing up some of the marks where you can see where the lacquer has been isn't too bad. You have to get down to where the light's hitting off it. But no, I'm quite happy with that. I'm expecting to pull this masking tape off and find that I've got some red paint on the plastics, which will just come off with some thinners. But I'm not very good at masking. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to not touch that anymore, leave it to cure, and then I'll polish it up. It's a bit cold at the minute, so I don't want to take the heat gun to it, because it can give a bit of a funny, dull finish to it. I'm not happy with all that turned out. It's the first time I've painted well, it's not the first, it's the first time I've actually properly done it like this. I've done like little smart repairs on like corners of the bumpers, things like that. They normally turn out alright, and I did try and paint the panels on my Fiesta, which didn't turn out alright, but I kind of gave this a go and it's come out alright. I've never really full blown gone for sorting out a panel of this magnitude. I thought I'd give it a go, because there's potentially I'm going to be painting the bumper on my Micra. So really, I want to be making sure that this is as good as it can be before I go try and tackle something like that. Really, I don't want to be paying somebody to do that, but my body shop's gone on his holidays. Cheek of them. But we'll crack on. As I said, I am trying to keep these videos as short as possible, so I don't know how much, whether this is going to be one video or two. That's basically just down to basically my internet. Very bad at the minute. I'm waiting for a new router coming, and basically I'm getting like 15 megabits at the minute, which is absolute rubbish, when I should be getting 70 megabits. And I'm struggling with storage on my phone. Really, what I'm going to do is I'm going to at some point get a new phone, keep this phone for solely doing content, because it's a good camera, it's good audio quality and things like that, and things like GoPros are expensive, and really at this current moment in time, YouTube is a hobby, so I don't want to be emptying my wallet spending £200-300 on a GoPro until YouTube starts earning me money. Don't get us wrong, if I do well for myself with my cars, which I'm doing at the minute, that'll be an expense I'd quite happily swallow, but being newly self-employed, it's too much of a gamble at the minute. But yeah, this thing's back brakes are done. This sill's got a few holes in it which needs sorting out, which I'm hoping the weather will improve. I've got my strut top welded. If you don't know about that, I spoke about it in the previous video. I'm not going to show any welding or anything like that because I'll be honest with you, generally I'm okay at welding, but obviously the situation being laid on the floor, I've only got a gasless welder, which is absolute rubbish. Well, it's not rubbish, it's good for what it does, but it's just the quality of weld is just nowhere near where it should be. So I don't want to really show that because I'll be honest with you, it won't look the best, it won't be appealing. And the seat just needs securing, which if I can get in, hopefully is a straightforward job. We've got a bolt loose there, which I'm hoping just tightens down. And I don't know whether yeah, this back one's loose as well. I'm hoping they just tighten up because the floors are double skinned. So if it doesn't tighten up, it's going to be a chew on. That should be a nice free fix. Other than that, I've got a noise on the passenger side front to try and sort out. But yeah, I'll keep cracking on. I don't know whether this is going to be in one video or two, but I've got a lot of footage right now, and my phone's going to start screaming at me saying it's running out of memory. So we'll see how it goes. You might end up seeing a finished article, you might see more. I'm just rambling at the minute, to be honest with you, so I'm going to stop. But yeah, I'll crack on. Right then, I think I'm going to call it a day on this one. I'm fed up. The weather's just been absolutely relentless. This is where I'm working in a puddle, everything's getting wet. Rain's coming on an angle because of the wind, so no matter what I do. I've just finished up repairing the strut top. You have to pull the arch out because there's some sound in the back of the arch. It'll catch fire. Easy enough to get at. You just got your washer bottle. I leave most of the pipes connected. There's a big pipe at the bottom made out rubby, just take over there out of the way. You take out the little 10mm that holds that in place. It's supposed to go there, so I'm going to put a self-tap to hold that in place. Yeah, I've lathered it under seal because of the cold weather. This under seal kind of just got blocked up, and then I warmed the can up and it kind of just came out full tilt. I've done a bit of paint work to the front of the bonnet. I don't know whether I showed you or not, there was something looked like where there'd been like a learner badge stuck on it. It's kind of pulled the paint off a bit. Just tidy that up. I've also painted my mirror cap, which has come out nice. The paint on my bumper should have dried on the surface at least by now, which it looks nice for what it is anyway. The seat, sorted that out as well. That was literally just the bolts had come loose for whatever reason. I'm not going to go inspect the Cluso on that and try and figure it out. It tightened up, that's all I'm bothered about. You can probably tell I'm a little fed up now. I'm wet, I'm cold, and yeah, all I've got left to do is the sill on this side, but that is not getting touched today. I'm not laying about on that floor. And then I'm going to tidy it all up, under seal it, and now the other side starting to flake the paint off. It's still solid, but it's going to get tidied up and, you know, keep the car right. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you like this video. Obviously it's a bit mixed matches to what's happening. I don't know whether there's content that I'm using or whether it's not being used, and I'm just trying to work between full memory on my phone and bad internet, but I'm trying my best to sort that out. So yeah, I don't know how this is going to go. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you like my content, please hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up, and leave a comment. I'm always happy to talk to people if you have any questions about anything. And you'll find all the links for my business page for Facebook, which is where I tend to keep everything more up to date if you are interested in keeping track of what's going on. And also my TikTok page, I post little mini videos on there of stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.